lane 1. Slovakia swimmer from SMU. You know, she's coming off another terrific college year, helping Cal win the NCAA championships. Caitlin Leverins will swim in lane 2. Elaine Breeden won the Olympic trials in 2008, 7th in Beijing in the games in the 200 fly. The Stanford swimmer will be in lane 3. Kim Vandenberg. She was the silver medalist in the World Championships in 07, the 200 fly. Will be in lane 4. There's Kathleen Hersey. Kathleen also made the finals in Beijing in this race, finishing 8th. Kate Mills, a Swim Mac Carolina swimmer. She'll be in lane 6. 16-year-old Courtney Weaver from Flint, Michigan, and then Kelsey Floyd from Tennessee, 3rd in the NCAAs this year, is in lane 8.
Interesting that we start with perhaps the weakest event for women when it comes to the Americans. Only one in the top 10 in the world this year, only one swimmer in the top 10 in the world last year. And even though they're in the top 10, Camille Adams is 6th in the world this year. 2:06, very fast time, but still probably a couple seconds away from medaling with that time. They're gonna have to get around the 2:04, 2:05 range if they're gonna have a chance to even medal in this event in London.
The U.S. did not medal in this event in the Worlds last summer, and Liu Zhige went 2:05.9 to take the bronze.
Yeah, in fact, in Shanghai, Ted, it was the only event that the Americans did not even have a finalist in the top 8 in this event for women. So it's a real, which is good news for these swimmers right here. Yeah. It's bad news maybe for American swimming, but it's really good news for the women in this water right now, because Vandenberg, Hersey, and Breeden, they all have the experience, and any one of those 3 could definitely get in there and make this Olympic team again.
That's where the race is right now. It's those 3 Olympians, 3, 4, and 5, right in the middle of your pool. Vandenberg is the lead at the 100. Hersey 2nd, Breeden 3rd.
Yeah, you see Vandenberg right there swimming with Terry McKeever out at Cal with Natalie Coughlin and Dana Vollmer. An interesting story, she made the Olympic team in 2008, but not in her best event. She was a relay swimmer in the 200 freestyle. She won the silver medal in the 07 World Championships in the 200 butterfly. So she's really starting to turn it on a little bit more in the butterfly and has a great chance. This would be a real, I think, a good confidence booster if she could win this event right now.
Well, Kim Vandenberg again with the lead at 150. This race is right in the middle of the pool. Vandenberg wearing the silver cap, now swimming for California. Breeden, the Stanford swimmers, above her. Hersey wearing the Longhorn cap below her, and Hersey's making the move here.
Boy, what a charge Hersey is making. She just is sailing along the top of the water. You can see her turnover increasing dramatically this last 25.
And Kathleen Hersey takes this race in the last 50. She does that emphatically. Breeden overtook Vandenberg as well. Elaine Breeden 2nd, Vandenberg 3rd, 2:08.68 for Hersey.
This is what the Americans are going to have to do a much better job in London, is get out a little bit faster. If you look at world record splits and the top splits in the world this year, the top times, they're all out in 00 at least, and these girls are out in 1:03, so they really need to be better. But this is the 100 turn where Vandenberg, right there in the middle of the pool, was really doing a nice job, just kind of accelerating through this turn right here. Very solid, very smooth, all the way through the next 50. She fell apart about the 175, which is, that's not that big a deal. This is the 150, Ted. You see there, very, very much in control. Where she fell apart was the last 50. And I say it's not a big deal because it's so hard to determine where you're at here when we're only 45 days away.
That's what I was going to ask you, is Hersey comes in here. So 2:08.68 is still not a top 10 time in the world this year. Is that significant right now?
It's significant. I think it is. I think if you're going to have a chance to final, especially if you're going to have a chance to medal, you got to start sliding in there in the top 10 in the world. We're too close to London.
Well, it is a good finish for Kathleen Hersey, and the Longhorn wins it. Breeden 2nd and Vandenberg 3rd. All right, so Kathleen Hersey is joining us. Congratulations, Kathleen.
Thank you.
All right, was that the plan, final 50?
You know, in season it's kind of hard to have a plan, but yeah, I think that was, it was a good finish, and you know, we've been working a lot on being able to come home hard and come home strong, and, you know, training with those 30 boys at Texas kind of helps. So just good preparation for London and for the Olympic trials coming up.
Where you're at in your training, were you pleased more so than surprised with that last 50, though?
Yes. I was definitely pleased because, like I said, that's kind of what we've been training and trying to get the hips involved as much as possible. And, you know, it all comes from your core, and it took me a while to figure that out yesterday.